How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the Count on Joy podcast with your boy Will. And I'm back with another episode today, y'all. And today I'm gonna be talking about something that's very important to me. Uh Something that I'm going through currently, I guess, and something that I know a lot of my friends are going through, a lot of my peers, people I don't even know are going through. So I think today will be a good time to talk about it and a good point, I guess, to delve into. Today we're gonna be talking about the future and being excited for the future, whether you know what you have planned or not. Uh, there's so many things I could say. I think first, as far as the future, it's okay to have unknown, right? To not really know everything that's going on, to not 100% know how things are gonna pan out. It's okay when the future is unknown because that helps us build our faith in God. So I think that's one of the first things that we have to remember when there is unknown, when we don't know what's going on. That's how our faith gets developed. You know, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So if you can't see it, if it's not there yet, how are you supposed to have, that's how you build your faith. So I think that's one of the first things I would have to say. When the future is unknown or not even like skeptical, but when you just don't know like what's in store, a lot of times we tend to get anxious. We tend to uh, get frustrated. We tend to overthink things. But honestly, it's okay. You know, that helps us build our faith at the end of the day. Uh, I think one thing we could do while we're waiting for our future to develop into what we want it to or to what we aspire it to be, we have to use our gifts every single day. The gifts that God gives us, we have to utilize those gifts every single day. And that's how we build towards the future, even if we know what's in store or not. So again, just using every day to utilize the gifts God has given you. I think that's very important. We all have different gifts. We all have different attributes. We all have different traits. And God has given us all something to be able to hang our hat on, which we should be able to hang our hat on God. But as far as our everyday and our core, who we are as people, what our skills are, what we love doing, what we're great at, we all have those abilities, whether we recognize it or not. So we have to use those every single day to build towards our future, our goal, aspirations, whatever. Um, I think something too that some people, and I think sometimes, I mean, it depends who you are, but I think we have to be intentional about preparing every single day. And this kind of goes into using your skills or your gifts every single day, but preparing daily for the future, even when you're not sure what your path is. What does that mean? I'm saying that, look, you might be in a point in your life where you don't know what type of career path you want to go in. You don't know if you want to go into welding or you don't know if you want to go into uh, physical therapy, right? It's just two different things. You don't know what God has called you to do. How can you prepare daily for that when you don't know which route you're going to take? All that you can do, right? What you have to do is make sure that you're prepared for each route. Make sure that whatever it is, you've done your due diligence. You've done your work. Now, if you have two different routes that you could take, that's great. The more the merrier. But you have to make sure you're prepared for both instances, whatever that may be. A lot of times we have dreams and goals that we have, and sometimes we don't reach them, sometimes we don't get them. And then we're like, oh, I'm done. Like, what in the world? What am I going to do? I've lost myself. Like, no. Like, there's other avenues to do things. And that's why I don't believe in the plan A, plan B stuff. I think that's pretty cliche. When they always used to say that, they'll be like, what's your dream? What do you want to do when you grow up? And you tell them that, okay, what's your plan B? That stuff used to piss me off because I'm like, bro, what you mean my plan B? Um, but in a sense, I get what they were saying, but I don't want to call it a plan B, right? I think we all should have plan A's. I don't think there's a B, C, or D. I just think we all have our plan. Whatever that plan is, we need to go about it. Uh, but I don't think it should be, oh, my plan A is to make it here. If this doesn't happen, okay, let me go to plan B. Because no, that's a type of hierarchy that I don't want to put on myself, right? And I think we shouldn't either. I just think that we have our goals and aspirations and we know what we want to do. If that doesn't pan out, then we have something else as well that we can do. That's also a part of the plan. It's not a separate plan. It's a part of the plan. It's something else that we're good at. It's something else that we we're taking our time to delve into to fine tune our skills. But I don't like it. Maybe it's subjective, but I don't like it as I don't like to describe it as a plan B or anything of that nature. I just don't like that. It kind of has a negative connotation to me because you're like, well, what if this doesn't happen? I'm not looking at it like that. You feel me? I'm looking at it as all intertwined because all my plans, whatever plan, quote unquote, plan B I have, is also a part of my plan A because I have to do the same things to get to where I want to get. But that's why I would say prepare daily for the future. Just whatever that goal or aspiration is, and it could be multiple things where you're unknown, where you don't know which way to go, what career you're going to take, or what decision you're going to make. You have to be prepared for both. You just have to. You have to take your time, be diligent, be determined about both of those. And that's the situation and that's if that's the situation at hand where you have multiple avenues that you might delve into, right? That you might take your talents to, I guess, in a sense. But if it's just one, then you know what you need to do. You need to put 100% into what you're doing. You need to put 100% into whatever you're doing. But if it's just one avenue that you're thinking of and you just don't know if if you can get there, it doesn't matter. You still need to put 100% into it, and God will show you if you need to, turn to something else. But again, I don't like to describe it as plan A, plan B. All of it is a part of the plan. All of it is a part of the plan. All plans fail. Most plans fail. That doesn't mean that that you have to go to another plan. No, it's all a part of the same plan to me. Another thing too is, and kind of goes back to what I was just saying, but God is going to do his part, right? So we have to do ours. It kind of goes back to what I was saying. You have to know that God is going to take care of you. They say that, I forgot what the verse is specifically, but basically like he takes care of the birds and the prowlers, not the prowlers, but the birds and the animals and the bugs. Like, of course he's going to take care of us. So we have to know that he's going to do his part. He is, and he will do his part. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of our business and we're taking care of what we need to take care of so we can move forward. And when God gives us the opportunity, because we're going to get opportunity, whatever it may be, we just need to be able to capitalize on it. And it sounds like a lot of pressure, but it's not. It's not if you're prepared. If you're prepared for it, you don't need to worry about it. So yeah, that's why I say God is going to do his part. He is doing his part. He has done his part. So we have to do ours. And that's just putting the work in, doing what you need to do to get to where you want to get. And that can look totally different depending on the person. That's why I can't really give specifics unless I'm talking about a specific occupation, a specific situation. And you could be chasing the same dream, but y'all both are in different situations. So those situations look different. That's why and that's another reason why we can't compare others, because everybody's situation is different. But that's another story for another day. But me talking about God doing his part and we have to do ours, it reminds me of the verse Jeremiah 29, verse 11, where God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord," right? Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but like I was saying, God already has everything carried out for us. He has our path paid for us. Our story's already written. So we just need to do our part to get there. It doesn't mean, okay, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We're living in a simulation. No, like, it's not. When people go about it that way, it's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we on? Like, we still have some type of agency over our actions and what we end up doing. But yes, God already knows what's going to happen. He already knows what he has for you. It's up to us to walk upon that path that God has for us. Don't turn away or sway away from what he has for you. And God, he'll speak to you. If you're his child, he'll speak to you. He'll show you certain things that could look totally different. He can show you through a person. He can show you through a TV show. He can show you through anything, music and everything, any and everything he could show you through. Show you what he has for you and what his will is for you in your life. So we just need to be intentional and be cognizant of the different ways he can show us. So yeah, it just makes me think of that verse again, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. So when I say that, that makes me think of that verse when I'm talking about he'll do his part, because he will do his part. He has done it and he is doing it. Uh, but it kind of, I want to tell like a quick story. Y'all know I like giving examples, sometimes a little bit too much context, but it's whatever. It's crazy though how I've gotten to where I am, because I've gotten to where I am in the same exact way. Like, it's kind of weird when you think of it. It's kind of scary because now I feel like it's gonna happen the same way after school. But let me get into it. Uh, the way I got to so I grew up in Norcross, as I've told y'all. I went to Norcross High School, but I transferred out of there after my sophomore year. So I had to transfer to another school. I was transferring to another school. It was for basketball, but I didn't know where I was gonna go. Uh, and it was during the whole summer. Me and my mom was just trying to figure out, okay, where we're gonna move, because I was moving for basketball. It was just the basketball situation there. It wasn't gonna work out. So I'm like, man, I gotta go somewhere else. So my mom is literally moving. We're looking for a new house just to move so I can, chase my dreams, which is insane. Like, just that in itself is just so much love. But that's what my mom is. So, but anyway, yeah, we moved to a whole different place, and the place we moved away from, that was my favorite crib, bro. Like, man. Anyway, shout out to my mom. Uh, we're looking for a house to we're looking for a house to move in, so it could be zoned for whatever school I was going to. So we were looking at different schools, trying to figure out, looking at the teams, and trying to figure out the best situation for me. And mind you, it's getting late. It's getting late in the summer. It's probably, if we get out of school, high school in Gwinnett, they get out like May 24th, I think, May 27th, May 20th, one of those, May 20 something, right? So probably around July, we're still trying to figure out a school. Maybe it was like late June, maybe early July, whatever it was. It was getting to the point where you need to figure out what high school you're going to, what school in general you're going to. It was getting towards the end of the summer. And we were still trying to figure it out, and we didn't know. And my cousin, shout out my cousin Jalea, she had already graduated from Peachtree Ridge. And my aunt, uh, her husband at the time, right? Her husband at the time was the coach. He was a coach over there at Ridge, and so they were still like in the loop over there. They were in the loop, what was going on at Ridge. And my cousin, she told me, "Hey, they have summer workouts coming up on Monday." Mind you, I'm tripping. Hold on, no. Look. See, I'm about to mess the story up. So my mom and I are looking over the houses, like looking different houses. Me and my mom and my little brother were looking at different houses, trying to figure out where we're going to go. And my mom found this apartment complex, and it was nice. Like, she liked it. It was cool. Like, it was a nice place. Um, and she really liked it. But obviously, we had to figure out the other intangibles, where I would be going to school at. So when she's figuring out uh, all the things wrapped up around living there, all the amenities and all that, she asked at the end before we leave, she's like, "Oh, where's this school? Where's this apartment complex zoned for?" And the lady that was working at the place said Peachtree Ridge. Now, uh, so okay, I'm sorry, I had a brain. Anyway, so again, my cousin Jalea, she was saying that she said Peachy Ridge, and then my cousin Jaleel was saying that, hey, look, Ridge has a around it like it was maybe the next day or the same day, but I think they were like trying to help me. They were also trying to figure out what school I could go to. But anyway, my cousin said that, hey, Peachy Ridge has a has a I'm sorry, summer workout that following Monday. Mind you, that was like on a Saturday we were looking. So literally that next Monday, 2 days later, was the summer workout. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like we found a place. We didn't even know where it was zoned for. It ended up being Peachtree Ridge. Then my cousin, literally the same day or the next day, texted my mom or call me, whatever, and was like, oh yeah, you know Peachtree Ridge is having a summer workout on Monday. Like maybe you should go. So it's just crazy how it all worked out. Obviously, I ended up going there. I ended up graduating there. I spent my last 2 years of high school there. But we didn't know. I didn't know what the future held. I just knew that I wanted to play basketball. I mean, I was playing basketball, but I needed to go somewhere else to play. And I didn't know where that was going to be. But it wasn't just that. We were trying to figure out where we were going to live. It wasn't just me trying to go to school. It all needed to come together. And we didn't know how it was going to happen. But God figured it out. And it was just crazy how he works. Because when we're diligent and we just trust in him, we believe in him, good things happen. And not everything's not gonna be peaches and cream. 1,000%. I can tell you that now from experience. Everything's not gonna be peaches and cream. But that doesn't mean he's not gonna take care of us, because he is. Boom, look, I have another story. Similar. Now I told y'all how I just explained to y'all how that ended up happening towards the end of summer. Didn't know where we were gonna go. Turns out that apartment complex was zoned for the same high school. Everything just worked out. So that's how it worked out. So after I graduated high school, obviously I'm still trying to play basketball. I don't know where though. I went to so many elite camps, which that's another topic. Elite camps, bro. I digress, bro. Cause I was, whatever. My mom spent all that money on elite camps and it didn't amount to anything. Actually, that's cap. Anyway, I don't like elite camps, but I did a lot of elite camps during the summer. My mom did a lot of driving, wasted a lot of gas. Uh, she would say it wasn't a waste, but I felt like that because anyway, look. So leaving high school or graduating high school, then obviously I'm trying to go to college and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to play. And I went to all these different schools, talked to all these different coaches, sent hundreds of emails, and nothing. It didn't amount to anything. So, mind you, it's around it's around when I forgot. I didn't forget. It's around the end of summer. So again, around the same time. Now, college you start a little bit later. Around August 20 something. It doesn't start as early as at least Gwinnett County. They start usually like August 6th, August 7th, August 8th, around that area. College usually starts August 17th through like between August like 17th and between August, I want to say like 27th, 28th. It just depends what school you go to. But around that time, you get like an extra 2 weeks most of the time for college to start. And you get 2 weeks and you end school 2 weeks early than regular school does. That's besides the point. So I said that to say because it's around August and I still don't know what school I'm going to. It's around August. And there's an elite camp they have. And, well, there's a bunch of elite camps. But I ended up going to this elite camp, Emmanuel, which obviously I was there. But I ended up going to elite camp at Emmanuel. And all the other elite camps, I didn't feel like I did well. I felt I was trash. I wasn't playing well. It felt like a pickup type thing. Like everybody got the ball, trying to play one-on-one, do all that. When that's not even how I play. I can play at that, don't get me wrong, but in a 5-on-5 setting, I try to be a little bit more cerebral. Like, it's not about just getting buckets. That's just how I play, but that was to my detriment, I felt like, at those elite camps. But, like I was saying, I went to that elite camp, I felt like I played well. And I was talking to the coach and so forth and so on. But I didn't know where I was going. I'm still like, everybody's asking me, oh, and I kind of talked about this. It was on one of my first episodes, but I was talking to everybody like, Will, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? And I'm like, I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm going to these elite camps. I'm not going anywhere if I'm not playing basketball. So I'm not going to school. I can't go to school if I'm not playing basketball. It couldn't. God knew it couldn't work like that either. I mean, it could have if he wanted to, but he knew that wasn't meant for me. Just to go to school, just go to school. I would have been, man, don't get me started. Anyway, I'm gonna remind you again, it's towards the end of the summer. Everyone has already figured out their school. Everyone has already probably moved in, not even moved in, but they know what dorm they're going to be staying in and all of that. I'm still trying to figure out what school I'm going to. And turns out, I went to elite camp, played well. I ended up going to Emmanuel. I ended up getting my keys. To Emmanuel the weekend before school started. Mind you, most people already know they're going there. They already have gotten their things. I got my keys the weekend. It was like a Saturday. It was either Friday or Saturday. And that following, like, Monday, school started. And I got my keys. Similar situation now to Peachtree Ridge. We're in the leasing office. It was that Saturday. And then that following Monday, it was workouts. So do you see the parallel here? Like, I'm telling you, I didn't make this up. I'm just telling you how God designed it. It's just I'm telling you, this is intentional. Oh, also one thing I forgot to mention. I was going to walk on at Clayton State. Most people do not know that. I forgot to tell that part of the story again. Like, it was either my second or third episode, whatever it was, or maybe my first episode. I don't know. But I was telling the story of how I got to where I got in college. But I forgot to mention I was going to walk on at Clayton State. Like, me and my mom were in the little thing about to sign the papers, basically signing your life away. I'm trolling. But signing your rights to go to any school. Once you sign this, you're saying that you're coming here, right? I guess you would call it letter of intent. I've only heard that phrase with recruits in sports. I haven't heard it in just an academic sense, but that's what I was doing, basically. Sign that letter of intent. And we were like in the midst of signing it. And my mom, she was about to sign it, and she was like, She said that, mind you, we're about to sign it. And that was like the last step. Did all of these things. Toured the campus. Picked out a dorm. Like, we did a bunch of stuff. All we had to do was sign a letter of intent for me to go to Clayton State. And my mom sitting there, she's like, I don't feel right about this. I need some time to think about this. I need to pray on it. I feel like God's telling me, like, we don't need to do this. I'm like, Mom, like, we're already here. Like, what are we doing? She's like, no, William, like, I don't feel right about it. And it's crazy. I was seeing firsthand how much discernment my mom got and how God be speaking through her and be showing her stuff. It's kind of crazy. Well, it's OD crazy. But we were about to sign the papers. Like, dead, I had the pen in my hand, and I'm about to sign my name. And my mom said no. It was really God saying no. It was God saying no. He was just speaking through her. So it's just crazy. It's really insane. I'm thinking about it now as I'm talking about it. It's really crazy to me how God works. And we just don't recognize it. Sometimes we don't see it in the moment, how crazy it is, until you look back. So boom. I told y'all Peachtree Ridge, right? Then I told y'all Emmanuel. I'm telling y'all, in the midst of that, Clayton State as well. It was crazy, that situation. I was supposed to walk on her, but that's what I was playing. And then you have Toccoa, where I'm at now. I got to where I'm at now. It was time for me to leave Emmanuel, right? I enjoyed my time there, but it was time for me to go. And I was trying to figure out what was the next step. Again, leaving the play somewhere with basketball. It wasn't, a lot of these things were not revolved around basketball, but they were in a sense. It was basketball driven. All these decisions I was making, it was so I could have a better opportunity. And yeah, it was time for me to go. And I was trying to figure out where I was going to go. Again, all throughout the summer, it was a similar, if not the same exact process I went through the summer of my senior year of high school. Sending out hundreds of emails to all different types of coaches. and some responded, some didn't. Um, you know, but obviously none of them hit. All of them were like, oh, we have our rosters filled. That was later in the summer. Or some of them didn't respond, or some responded with, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. Or some of them responded with, oh, we're not looking for any guards, blah, blah, blah. One team, I'm not going to say the name, because I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to work on myself, right? But one school responded back to me, talking about something. We don't have any spots, but you can, but nah, they basically were like, I forgot, I'm trying to think what they said verbatim, but the coach that responded, he's talking about some, oh, we don't have any spots for you on our varsity spot, but we would love you on our JV. Excuse me? I don't even want to sound like that, but I was kind of taken aback just off the fact that we played them last year, but that's not the point. I'm not even gonna talk about that, but it's cool. But yeah, that was the type of stuff I was going through, and mind you, this was just a summer ago. This was not long ago, and yeah, it was a lot of denial, a lot of just unknown, a lot of I don't know what to do. I'm sending out hundreds of emails, calling coaches, emailing coaches, texting coaches. I don't even use Twitter. I posted some stuff on Twitter just to see tagged. Like I was just doing stuff, just trying to do everything I could. And I kind of what I was telling y'all earlier, do your part. I was trying to do my part, right? I was trying to do my part and trying to make sure that I checked every box. And I was trying to leave the rest up to God, but I was trying to make sure I did everything I could in my power, you know. But at the end of the day, it's not about what we do. It's about what God has in store for us. But we still have to do our part. We can't just sit still and be, oh, well, God's going to take care of me. I can sit in the house. No, it don't work like that. But he's going to take care of us regardless. Getting back to the story, it's literally, I can go and check the exact dates, but it's not that deep. But again, it was late July, early August. And I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm thinking like, man, it might be Clips. Like it was a thought. It wasn't a huge thought. I'll keep it $1.50. It wasn't a huge thought. But it was a thought like, man, I might just have to go back to Emmanuel. I'm like, bro, I'm fried if I go back there. I just can't go back there, bro. It was a point where I'm like, I might have to go back there. And that it was scary, dog. But I ended up I sent okay, this is a funny thing. It's crazy how God works. I kid you not. Like I'm literally thinking of these stories and it's like insane. Look, let me put you down. So shout out to my boy Fern. That's his code name, but y'all don't know who that is. Fern, my homeboy, he plays at a school, and we're on the way. So I was talking to him. I'm like, bro, look, I'm still trying to figure out what school I'm going to. Like, do y'all have any spots? Like, what's up? He's like, man, I would love to play with you. Let me text my coach. Mind you, he's the best dude on the team, so he got a little bit of stain. So he literally, mind you, we play the game together, so we're on the mic talking. He called his coach, his assistant coach. He's like, hey, yo, I got my homeboy. He's still trying to figure out school. He's tough. He's gonna send you his film. Like, what can we do? The coach was like, okay, boom. Tell him to send me his film. I'll look at it. I'll let him know. He looked at the film. He's like, he liked it. He's like, okay, let's come before a workout. I had a workout up there. Like, it was like either the next day or 2 days later. I forgot what it was, but it was like the next day or 2 days later. It was like 3.5 hour drive. I don't know how we got down there. My car got down there. My car is crazy. I have an 03 Honda Accord. Great car, by the way. But I just got it at the wrong time. I bought it used about 2.5 years ago. And it's just it's a car, right? It's a car that's been, thank God, it's still, every time I make it to the store or I make it back to the house or wherever I'm coming from, it could be a 5-minute excursion. I'm thanking God that I made it because my Honda it's old. My baby's old. Anyway, it made it all the way down to where we were going to the school. Had to work out. It was another recruit there. He was like 6'5". We playing king of the court or 1-on-1. Mind you, 1-on-1 is my game. I told y'all I play different 5-on-5, but I grew up playing 1-on-1. That's all I played. I played 5-on-5 as well, but I fine-tuned my game, king of the court. So I'm like, oh, I know y'all not about to make me play him 1-on-1. Respectfully, all due respect, I did what I was supposed to do. I'll keep it respectful like that. And I'm feeling good. I'm like, okay, thank you, God. I came out here. I did what I was supposed to do. And there was another recruit here. I showed what I was supposed to do. I'm like, okay, this one. I was like, my homeboy's here. We about to play together. I'm like, oh, this is finna be crazy. Mind you, my homeboy like 6'7". Oh man, he's actually 6'7". All right, I'm not doing a little saying. He's actually 6'7". But so we can have like a little, we would just play well together. So we're talking on the mic, we're thinking of all these things. We're on the phone. I be like, bro, it's gonna be lit, blase, blase. I end up talking to the head coach after the workout, and he tells me, he's like, hey, man, I love your game. Fern, he vouched for you, so I know you good. I know you're good peoples. I like your game. You play it well. I see what you can do. He also spoke to shout out to my old coach Eddie Manuel. He actually reached out to the coach on my behalf. So that was love, attitude, gratitude. And the coach was telling me that, yeah, he spoke to my old coach Eddie Manuel and was saying that, yeah, he spoke highly of you. So like, we would love you in the program. We just don't have any money to give you. I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, so you made me. I didn't say this to him, but I'm like, so I drove all the way. Mind you, I kept it corporal. I kept it not corporal. I kept it cordial. I kept it corporate rather. I was like, okay, thank you, sir. I understand. I need to talk to my mom, and I'll let you know. But I appreciate the opportunity. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. But once I got in the car with my mom, I was pissed because I'm like, you made me drive all the way down here, 3.5 hours, for you to tell me something you could have told me over the phone that you didn't have any money. So that part was that part kind of really ticked me off. It was. I'm like, bro, what are we on? Like, you could have told me this. I wasted gas, cause I wasn't trying to come here to walk on. That was not my intention. We don't have money like that. So that happened, and I'm like, man, I thought that was the perfect me. I'm thinking that's the perfect situation. Me and my homeboy, we're gonna play together. We've known each other for basically a decade. He knows my game. I know his game. Like, this is gonna work out perfectly. God set it up like this. No. It sounded good. It sounded amazing. But that's not where God wanted me to be. Now, I brought that point up because as we're on the way to the workout I just told y'all about, as we're on the way there, my mom, she's looking at Tekoa. She's looking at the school. She's like, Tekoa got a new coach. You should email them. I'm like, Mom, I'm on the way to this workout. Why would I email this? Like, I'm like, Mom, stop. Like, why are you doing that? She's like, I don't know, William. I feel like God's talking. I don't know, William. I think you should email him. And I'm telling my mom, like, Mom, stop. I don't want to hear it, because every time she does this, usually it happens. Like, usually when she's on that, she's saying, God's telling me. It usually happens that way. I'm like, so she's telling me this, and I'm like, Mom, stop talking, please. I didn't say that to her. I would never say that to my mom. I love you, Mom. I would never tell you to stop talking. I would never tell you to be quiet, even though you tell me to do that all the time, which is besides the point, but whatever, I guess. Anyway, she's telling me, I'm like, Mom, please, like, let's just get to the workout. Let me handle this, and then we can talk about that after. So obviously, after the workout, I had to email Tekoa. I emailed the coach. Immediate response, right? Immediate response. Got on the call like either the next day or 2 days later. Got on another call like 2 days later. Spoke to him again, went up there for a workout. I ended up being in Toccoa. And yeah, that's where I'm at today. Uh, Again, that was early August. They've already figured out what dorm they're gonna move in. They've already scheduled their classes. They've already figured out what's going on. I'm still trying to find a school, find out where I'm gonna be. And it's August. Some schools like elementary, middle school, high school, they already started. And I talked to the coach, and the rest is history. Now, I gave y'all 3 different stories, and they all sound exactly the same. Like, it's crazy. And it's not like I'm just waiting. Like, I'm going from the beginning, each and every situation, from my summer of my senior year of high school to this past summer. I have been emailing, calling, texting, reaching out to any and everybody I can. And it still wasn't until the end of the summer. Each and every situation I'm talking about, from Peachtree Ridge to Emmanuel to Toccoa, each and every situation, it happened the same exact way. On God's timing. And then even, look, crazy. It's literally insane. Emmanuel, how I got to Emmanuel, I thought Clayton State was the way. I'm like, okay, I'll walk on here. It's cool. I have some family here. Like, we'll be all right. No. I'm thinking one school to Toccoa, on the way to Toccoa. On the way to one school, I'm thinking it's that school. I get to play with my homeboy. We're going to have fun. Like, it's going to be lit. No. It's Toccoa. That's where you need. That's where I want you. So it's literally insane how God works. It's hard to fathom how he does it. And I mean, now I'm moving into the next step of my life. And obviously I have to figure out what I'm going to be doing for a career, and doing for my occupation, and provide for my family, and provide for my friends, and provide for the people I love, my close ones. And so the future is a little bit uncertain, and that's kind of negative. But I don't want to say uncertain. It's just unknown, right? That's a better, for lack of better terms, it's unknown, and that's okay. And again, I keep telling y'all this every time, but I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself as well, because I need to hear all of this. And I'm moving into another phase of my life where it's the same situation. I don't know what's in store. I know what God has done for me, though. And that's my point. I think we need to remember what God has done for us in the past. He's a God of promises. If he promises something, it's there, it's done. We have it. So I think we need to remember that, because if he did it before, he could do it again. Shout out Ty Tribbett. I love that song. If he did it before, he can do it again. If he did it before, he can do it. I'm sorry, I love that song. Anyway, that I gave y'all 3 different instances, 3 different stories, 3 different situations, and they all kind of sound similar, extremely similar. And I'm not saying God's going to work like that in everyone's life, because he's going to work differently in everyone's life. But for me, and right now, he purposely made it that way for me to mature, for me to grow my faith in him. And that's how I am. That's how I am where I'm at today, because of those situations, the way they panned out. God just wanted me to develop my faith. That's really how I see it. And I mean, I hope I don't have to wait until the last minute again to figure out what I'm going to be doing for my career. But if it works out like that, then that's what it's meant to be. Because obviously God shows me that. He's continuing to show me that he has it covered each and every time. And his time, hey, he might not do it when you want him to. But he's going to do it when you need him to. It might, he might do it when you want it to, but he's on time. He's always on time. So it's just crazy, bro, how he works. And I don't know. It's really amazing. It's kind of incredulous, honestly, just how it's just insane. No, I don't know. It's insane how it works. Also, I mean, I can tell you, I'm gonna try to not give as much context on this quick story, but it also applies to not just basketball, but how I ended up getting an internship at a TV station this past summer, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I remember my mom was saying, "Well, you need to do an internship so you can get some experience in the field for my sports broadcasting," which I ended up getting to do. I ended up getting the broadcast at Emmanuel and stuff like that for the games because I redshirted my freshman year, so I was broadcasting a lot of games my freshman year. So that was really cool. But anyway, I need some experience with that. And I wanted to get an internship, try to find an internship revolved around that. And I thought it was going to be one place kind of around the school that I was at Emmanuel. But the person was like, hey, I want you to have a great experience, and I don't think you're going to have that. The field you're in, I don't think it's going to really work out. Like, we have internships, but it's not going to benefit what you're looking for. So that place it wasn't, it didn't work out. And I was just emailing. I was just looking up TV. I was looking up radio stations, right? I was looking up radio stations in Gwinnett or in Georgia or the, Metro Atlanta area. And I was emailing people, and no one really responded. And one place responded, and the president responded, or was it the president? Or because this is one thing I'm gonna tell y'all: if y'all are emailing looking for jobs, I know some of y'all work on Indeed and like LinkedIn, but also go on the website and email them personally, and don't just email your branch. Email every single branch you can find. Email the administrator. Email the receptionist. Email whoever's emails on there. The editor, whoever you can get, email it so one of them can see it and one of them might respond. Anyway, I emailed him and he said that he would send my resume to who ended up being my boss, but he would send it to one of his employees, and he responded back to me and he was just letting me know, okay, he's looking at my resume. There's other people that are also applying for the internship, so they'll let me know. A week passed, like a week and a half, 2 weeks passed, and I'm like, man, no response. I'm like, man, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, Mom. My mom's like, no, email them again, follow up. I follow up, and he emails me the same day. He's like, yes, yes, we want to schedule, can you come up here tomorrow? And I went up there, and my boss ended up saying that that's why they picked me, because I followed up. Because there's a lot of people that send emails to come and intern every summer, but a lot of them don't follow up and don't reach back out. So he said that separated me from everybody else. So for y'all, if y'all looking for jobs or y'all looking for certain things, internships, whatever, always follow up. I talked about pride last week. Sometimes it's our pride, like, okay, they're not going to respond, whatever. I'm going to just follow. Like, just reach out one more time. If they don't answer that, then you can say you did your job. You can say you did your due diligence and they didn't, want you. But just do your part. So yeah, that's some type of advice for people who are looking for jobs or whatever. That's something that helped me, and from somebody who literally has a certain position in the company. He said that separates people from other people. So remember that. Anyway, I ended up getting an internship, obviously, and that was again towards the end of the summer had already started. And I was trying to find a job, but God just always works. I'm just trying to tell y'all, God works in different ways, like all the time, and we just have to remember that. Also, another thing, I'm trying to wrap up here. I talked a lot, I know, but I just want y'all to get the point, because this is very important to me, and it's something that we all need to hear. What we do, and this is big, I'm talking to me too, but what we do, it doesn't define us. Let me say it again. What we do, it doesn't define us. If we play basketball, if we play football, if we work at Kroger, if we scoop poop for a living, if we work at the YMCA, if we're a yoga instructor, whatever your occupation and job is, that is not who you are as a person. It's something you do. It's not who you are as a person. just because you do a certain activity or you have a certain job or you have a certain occupation, that is not what you are defined as. You can't bottle yourself down and put yourself in a category just off of what you do for a living. It doesn't work like that. Who we are at the core, how we interact with other people every single day, how we carry ourselves, how we treat other people, our integrity, that defines us, not what we do for a job, what gives us money, what helps us provide money for our family. Now, we could show who we are in those occupations, in those jobs, 1,010%. But that's not who we are. We can't define ourselves. Hey, what's up? Who are you? Oh, I'm a basketball player. Nah, you sound goofy, gang. Obviously, you play basketball, but who are you? How would you define yourself? You can't take basketball with you when you're gone. People used to say that, but it's true. You can't take your money with you when you're gone. Oh wow, I'm an entrepreneur. For sure. Who are you though? Right? We can't take what we do for a living. Can't take our money. We can't take our valuables as far as materialistic things. My fault, I couldn't get that out. Pause. Those things don't define us. So we have to remember that. Next point, our real purpose is to glorify God. That's our purpose. When people ask what your purpose is in life, man, I want to blah, blah. It should always be to glorify God, spread the gospel, right? But he gives each of us a different vehicle to carry that purpose out. What do I mean? Again, you can scoop poop. Sorry, I hope y'all not eating. Let me change it. You could be a yoga instructor. Nothing wrong with yoga instructors. I think y'all are amazing. You could be a yoga instructor. What's your purpose in life? Those people who you have to train and show how to do yoga every single day, you making an impact on them and showing God through how you carry about your job is important. That's your purpose then. If that's what you're meant to do, that's how you're going to impact people every single day through your yoga, through your craft. You don't have to be a pastor. Like, everybody doesn't have to be a pastor or a theologian or something like that to be able, or a teacher to be able to just impact other people. It can be you can be a cashier at Kroger and you're fulfilling your purpose in life. You don't have to always be your job description doesn't always have to be you're serving others, like you're doing it for other people, or like you're around people. Because my mom's a teacher. I know how difficult that is. I feel like teachers should be getting paid millions of dollars, and that's my unbiased opinion. But I've just seen it firsthand of the things they go through and the preparation that you have to, the determination, everything that goes into being a teacher. It's not easy and it's not fun. They do it because they love it. But you don't have to be a pastor just to inspire other people. You can literally, I know I run into cashiers where it'll be somebody working at Walmart or Kroger. Not talking like Walmart, not really Walmart like that. There's some people that, a lot of people, if you work at Walmart a lot of times, I'm not going to do the stereotype stuff, but I am. Sorry, I have to. Most of the people that work at Walmart, they're not there. It's because a lot of the times it's young people though. They'll be there. They don't want to be there. You ask, hey, where's this? Man, I don't know. I'm like, what? This is your department. I said I don't know. All right, bro, you got it. Anyway, I think that whatever we do, again, that could be sports, that could be anything. We need to use that vehicle to carry out our purpose. And our purpose is to glorify God. Whatever we're doing, we need to glorify Him. And obviously we're going to fail, we're going to mess up. We're not always going to be our best. But we need to make a concerted effort to show God in us, to show that who we are as people and what we do. But what we do doesn't define us as people, if that makes sense. Another thing too, we need to ask for God's will in our lives, not ours. I was just talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling him to pray, but I was saying don't pray for this specific thing. I was saying just pray that God, that God's will prevails, right? That God's will in my life just comes about. Don't pray just for that specific thing, what I want to happen. Because he was praying for me. I was telling him, hey, don't pray for what I want. Just pray that, whatever God has in store for me, that's what I get, and his will aligns. So I think when we look at it like that, some things work a little bit better. Well, everything works out better. Because when we ask for his will and not ours, our will can be skewed. Like, again, I told y'all, I wanted to go to the other school with my homeboy. That worked out perfectly for me. So I thought. That wasn't his will for me. I thought I was going to Clan State. I was going to walk on over there. I'm thinking that's what I need to do. That wasn't his will for me. So it's just we have to ask for his will in our life, not what we just want. Because what we want a lot of times is our detriment. And when we go for what we want instead of what we need and what God is telling us to go towards, that's when we mess up. Now, sometimes what we want and what God's will for us is intertwined and it goes together. And that's a perfect match. But it should always be at least one of them. And that should be God's will on us. And we should ask for that. And again, I told y'all, we have to pray. I think praying is one of the most important things. Building a relationship with God, if not the most important thing. And we still have to pray for our dreams and aspirations. Just because they might seem not in touch or you can't really see it at the moment, that doesn't mean you still shouldn't pray for it. You still need to pray for your dreams, still need to pray for your goals, still need to pray for your aspirations. Because why not? God wants us to pray for him. God wants us to ask him for his assistance in him. God wants us to be able to lean on him with these things. He doesn't want us to just bottle it in and not ask him for certain things. He wants us to reach out to him. And that's what we need to do with these dreams and aspirations and give our future to him. That's what we're doing. When he pray for these things, we're giving our future to him. So I think we all need to do that. I have two verses that I think of. Well, it's the same verse, but I'm breaking them up. So we have Psalms 37, verse 4. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. I've heard this forever, my whole life. My mom always says, God will give you the desires of your heart. God will give you the desires of your heart. Because he will. And he has. If you have a desire for something, you have a real drive for something, as long as it's of God, a lot of times he gave that to you for a reason. Because it aligns with your gifts, it aligns with the traits that you have, your attributes. God gave it to you for a reason. We just have to go about it the right way. Now, a lot of times we have gifts and we have attributes that we use to our disadvantage or we use to manipulate others. Like we all have done it, but we need to be careful, right? And know that God gives us the desires of our heart, and he gives it to us. So why not chase him? Why not pray for him? Why not ask for him? That doesn't mean that it defines us, but he gives it to us for a reason. If you have a drive for something, it's because God's given to you if it's a positive thing. Now, y'all know what's positive and what's negative. I'm not about to go into that. But if it's something positive, you know it's of God and it's something that you're really passionate about, God wants you to go after it. But yeah, that makes it. And then the same verse, but it's not the same verse, but it's the same scripture, but a few different verses. It's verses 5-8. It says, commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Be still, and I want y'all to hear this part. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it leads only to evil. I told y'all I listened to that point because a lot of us will look at other people's situations and look at other people, what they've done, and look at what they're doing and look how they treat other people. I'm like, well, they're still getting all this. They get to do whatever. I told y'all before, comparison is a thief of joy. We can't look at what everybody's doing. Everybody else is in a different walk. Everybody else is in a different lane. Everybody else is going through a different path. We can't look at what they're doing and try to compare it to our situation because it's so totally different and it's unfair to you. But one thing that the verse is telling you, first of all, it's telling you to be patient. Patiently wait on God. Patiently wait for him. He's coming, right? He's going to provide for us. We just have to be patient. Then he said, do not fret when other people are succeeding. We shouldn't even be hating on other people. We shouldn't be sad or mad because other people are getting their blessings. Your blessings don't have anything to do with my blessings. But also, when you feel like there's people that, we're not here to say if somebody's worthy or something or not. But you know when there's certain people doing any type of way, they're getting something that they maybe didn't get the right way, or they're doing certain things, or they're treating people a certain way, and it still feels like they're getting a certain place in life. God's going to take care of them. We don't have to worry about what they have going on. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It matters what we're doing every day and how we go about our lives and in our everyday life. That's what matters. So we can't look at what other people are doing and what their success is and compare it to ours. That's not fair, and it's not smart, because everybody's story is different. Again, I say all this to say that we need to be excited for the future. The future is something to not frown upon. It's something to get excited about. It's something to prepare for. It's something to yearn for. I think that when you know that God is going to take care of you and you know that he's going to provide for you, the future is something that I go day by day. I go day by day. I don't look too far into the future. That also helps me. But knowing that the future is already taken care of, it gives you some type of peace. And when we know that, and we know that God takes care of everything, he has everything in order, and that he has everything covered, it makes everything else seem more peaceful. And that's kind of what I want to tell y'all today. I mean, we just need to, again, be excited for the future. I'm not saying everything's going to be peaches and cream, because it's not. But know that everything is already taken care of. God knows what your next steps are. He knows what he has for you. He knows the plans he has for you. We might not know, but it doesn't matter if we know or not. We just need to take it day by day and daily grow and get better each and every day. But in the midst of that, trust that God has everything taken care of, even when we can't see it. Again, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Like, we can't build our faith when we already know what's going to happen. It doesn't work like that. We can't know what's going to happen and already have the cheat code and be like, oh, okay, and still have unwavering. No, it doesn't work like that. You have faith in something that you can't see it fully. So that's when you build your faith, when you can't see it and you don't know what's actually to come. That's how it grows. But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that today. I know I got a little bit long-winded, and but I think it was necessary. This is something I'm extremely passionate about, and it's something, again, if y'all really listen to these stories and listen to what I'm saying, I think y'all will understand like where I'm coming from, because I've been through all these situations where the future was uncertain, where it felt like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And God took me through every single time, like literally every single time. And he keeps taking me through every single time, and it's in the same way. Now, I don't know what he has in store for this upcoming summer, but I have an inclination or proclivity to think it's a certain way, but I still don't know. It could be a different way. And yeah, I just hope y'all hear that and y'all are encouraged, and you guys are, I guess, you guys feel more at peace for what you guys have moving forward, because it's going to be something good. You just have to give it to him and ask him to take care of your future for you. And you move forward every day and knowing that he's going to fulfill that promise, because he is. Again, man, I thank y'all for listening. I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate all the support up to this point. I appreciate all the love. Yeah, man, y'all need to follow. Please follow, subscribe, Follow the Apple Podcast. Follow the Spotify podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. All of those links are in my bio on Instagram. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. I hope you guys enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy this. Something I'm pretty passionate about, so I'm glad I get to do it. Again, I thank y'all for all the love, all the support you guys shown. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, keep God first. Love, attitude, gratitude. And I'm out. Peace.